it's easy when you're by my side. No point in calling, you just have to see the fundamentals of our life tonight. Cause I've been looking at a photograph of you, and I've been thinking about all the ways you move. This isolation got me feeling like a movie, my love. Yeah, when I wake up, I feel empty, not beside you. My whole life been searching just to find you. This quality, it hasn't got the right to keep us apart. Killing time, we got nowhere to be. You're sending messages I can't ignore. No contemplating, come here close to me. I'm bored at home, can't leave the house no more. But I've been looking at a photograph of you, and I've been thinking about all the ways you move. This isolation got me feeling like I'm losing my love. Yeah, when I wake up, I feel empty, not beside you. My whole life been searching just to find you. This quality, it hasn't got the right to keep us apart. You, when I wake up, I feel empty, not beside you. My whole life been searching just to find you. This quality, it hasn't got the right to keep us apart.
Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
How y'all doing tonight? Hope everybody's doing real good.
She got cherry lips, angel eyes. She knows exactly how to tantalize. She's out to get you, danger by design. Cold-blooded Dixon, she don't compromise. She's something mystical and color lights. So far from typical.
All right. Good evening, y'all. I'm so glad y'all are here with me. I appreciate you coming. We've gotten a bunch of snow here in Winston-Salem, and I was feeling a little closed in. Thought I'd go live. And my husband went out and got us some Whataburger tonight for the first time, and it was fantastic. So, woo! Shout out. I don't know what kind of water they use, but that's pretty good. Pretty good Whataburger. Yep. So I hope everybody's having a good evening. We had an eventful neighbors. It looked like the entire street out here in front of us, Northwest Boulevard, was from the top of the road to the bottom full. I mean, covered up with the cops. And you could tell which one was the detective in charge of it all. And they did make an arrest. And I got all that on video, and we're going to watch it. So give me just a second. I'll pull it right up. And my question was, I know that Donald Trump came out, President Trump said, if you work with us and utilize your own police department, I won't send ICE there. It's my interpretation of what he said. And my thinking is, well, what better time to go after those when it's a snowstorm and everybody's off the roads and at home. And so it just seemed like it was literally a perfect storm for them to come in and get somebody for whatever reason. So I'm wondering, when I show you this footage, does it look like to you ICE is here? Okay, let me pull it up here. My husband says he doesn't think so, but it looks to me like they're probably working hand in hand, like supposed to be. Let me share my screen. Let me make the screen as big as I can here.
It is.
Hopefully you can see it. He's going to zoom in here in a second, but right here he's in handcuffs and they're patting him down, and they put something on the hood of the car there. And the guy in the cowboy hat, I'm wondering, could he be U.S. Marshal? And I don't know if the windows were shot out. My husband said it looked like the windows were shot out of the car. They towed it. Again, welcome to the Real Gypsy Soul channel. I appreciate you watching. This is Winston Salem, also known as Trey 4, or the Piedmont Triad of North Carolina. We recently had a heck of a snowstorm, so the officers are out there in about 6 feet of snow. See the guy here with his hands behind his back, and the guy in the cowboy hat is patting down. This car back here, they're about to start searching, and then they haul it off by wrecker. So there was a stretcher and ambulance up at the top of the street, and they went and picked someone up. So I don't know if they were related or not, but the detective was definitely handling both situations. So way up at the top of the street, I don't know if he got it on video or not, but I kept asking him to. Could you point it up so they see the massiveness of it? Hopefully he does. I haven't watched it all the way through. Definitely something going on. So this is near Baptist Hospital and that area, the West End, Northwest Boulevard, where Univista meets First Street and Hardee's. So they're all the way up at the top. He fell. That cop fell in the snow.
I don't know. They're up there and down here.
The whole street was covered in cops. I'm thinking he might be a U.S. Marshal.
Just for me. Can you zoom out a little bit? Thank you. Get the whole full scope.
They got a drug dealer last week
Don't.
in our apartment building and towed his car. He's already out and back upstairs.
See all the way up here?
Yeah.
But the camera doesn't. Could it? Could it? Let's see it. Okay.
See, look, it's ambulance, rescue, fire
They're
department.
going inside this car.
Yeah. I don't know why he's so nervous about filming, but he's nervous about filming the cops. If you're out in public, you can be filmed. Hey, Mr. Nobody, good to see you.
Something to do with the car. The
This
window
was
shot
literally
out
outside my door. Yep. Isn't that crazy?
Oh, then I want.
I mean, it was from one end up there where that guy fell all the way up to the other end of our street. We couldn't leave. We couldn't go to Whataburger till he left. Which was excellent, by the way. I will give it a review here shortly. I'll make a video and definitely give a shout out to the Whataburger on Stratford Road. It was excellent. Absolutely fantastic burger. I don't know what kind of water they use, but it's good. Thanks for coming, Mr. Nobody. I appreciate you.
Huh?
Because you're somebody.
It's fucking cold.
It was cold.
They live at the top of the street. Going in an apartment. Tell me that's what they're utilizing this time that everybody's at home.
I think you're mistaken.
No, I'm not.
See, it's all the way up to the top of the street. Isn't that crazy? Okay, so that's what happened here today. That's why I'm. Wow, that's huge. How do I make that smaller? Let's go back here to. How do I make that small again? It's too big. How did I do that? Edit avatar. No. Hold on 1 second. Let me fix this. Much better. So that was our excitement for the day. And now you can see the nice little fireplace I got there. So, y'all tell me what's been going on around here. Round here. Something going wrong round here. So I was up on Mark's panel last night, venting about, if you aren't familiar with Mark, he's from Boyd, the drama community known as the bottom of YouTube. And we were discussing some unpleasantries about our opinions of how Sarah is so coddled in the drama community that everyone walks on eggshells around her. And Mark said, I think her weak act is just that, an act. And I agree. I happen to know she's very successful in her life. And so when she pretends to cower here, it really infuriates me. It's her way of getting out of being held accountable for stirring poop in the pot. Anyway, so we were discussing that. If you haven't seen his live stream, I'll leave the link in the bio, and you can jump over there. And I think he puts it to members only after he goes live, so you might have to buy one of his memberships, but it'll be worth it. We're going to rebuild Boyd. I might do it myself if they don't come along with me. Touche. I'll create my own down bottom of YouTube. Know what I'm saying? Word. Hometown. I'm going to bring Crazy Chicken Lady with me. She just doesn't know it yet. So I saw that they were covering Ernie. Various people were covering Ernie and his escapade and rendezvous to Fantasy Island with his Mr. Rourke and his tattoo. The plane. So if you haven't watched that, jump over there to Unlock Your Reality. There's like 3 videos of him in a hallway run of psychosis, where his grinder date went wrong. And apparently they were partaking in extracurriculars that sent him into metamorphosis. Is that a good way of wording it? If anybody wants to come up, I'll drop a link. I'll drop a link anyway. I don't care if you come or not. I do what I want to here. I'm an independent. My numbers prove it. There's a link if you'd like to come up. And if not, we're going to just go cover some more shit. This is something I'm thinking about doing, and I thought I would talk it over with you guys. And it's in my history. Where is it? Where did I save it? I saved it. Go to... Where do I want to go? Good old Gypsy Soul. And now let me go to... I bet it's in my playlist. Oh, we have a visitor. How do I... Hold on a minute. How do I accept somebody up? Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. I'm rusty here. Give me just 2 seconds. How do I do this? I've forgotten. Oh my god. Okay, let's see. Hold on a second. Okay. Here we go. It says add to stage. Is that right? Hello.
I'm not gonna porn bomb you, Gypsy. Are you pooping right now?
Am I pooping?
Yeah.
Do I need to?
I don't know.
No, why?
What kind of ice do you have outside your door? Is it because of
Oh
bad
my
weather?
gosh. Well, we have the stuff on the ground about 10 feet, up to 10
Yeah.
feet. And then we have, it looks like local cops, and I'm wondering if they're working hand in hand with ICE, after what
Do
Trump
you?
said the other day.
Oh, good. I voted for this.
Yeah.
Did
So,
did you vote for this?
yes. Yes,
Oh,
absolutely.
how do you feel
Yeah.
about
Yeah, my
it?
dad
Because
was a cop here when I was a kid.
I've
So,
been I've been watching all the coverage on like X, some of the protest
do you watch
channels.
Ickmill? Is that his name?
I do. Occasionally I'll
Yes.
pop in there. Because he has really good coverage of it.
Yes. Yeah. And commentary. He's a nice guy. Seems to be
Yeah.
anyway. Yeah.
Will you put that down? I will even cam up. I am not gonna porn bomb you. This looks stupid.
Yeah. No, I'm not doing that.
You got your maracas. You got your Mexican maracas.
All right. I'll
I
put this one up.
absolutely have been. That one's better. Gypsy looking at the neighbors outside.
I'm a, I'm a voyeur.
I actually, every time I see a protester get hit with tear gas,
Yeah. Yeah. I
I
mean, why are you
fucking
even out
laugh.
there? I mean, why are you even out there? You think all your yelling and screaming is going to make them leave? It's weird, but to each their own. I
You
think they
want to know what? You want to know what's wild to me, Gypsy? People are crying about First Amendment, and nowhere in the First Amendment does it say anything about protesting. It
right,
says that we have the right to peacefully assemble.
right, absolutely.
None of what they're doing is peaceful.
Absolutely. And they're saying that it's illegal assembly in LA, and it got crazy last night in
I
LA.
haven't seen that.
They they
I
they
didn't know
had
that.
these like rage bands come out and hook up and started mosh pitting.
I have missed all of that.
It's
I did
crazy.
not know that was happening in LA.
And they were spray painting all over the government buildings, and
Yeah, they've
it was
been
like,
doing
when are
that
they
for a
gonna?
while.
And then for a minute they started to move in on them, and they took off on their scooters.
Oh, they're electric scooters?
I guess
I
the
re
kind you rent in town.
Yeah. So I remember when LA was having their issues. Was it over the summer and then Trump sent in the guard?
Yes.
Because they were like throwing rocks. They
Mm-hmm.
were like, that is not protected activities under the
Right. And
Constitution.
what do they think they're gonna do anyway? I mean, come on. It didn't
You
work in
know,
the '60s. It's not gonna work now.
well, I think, and this is my opinion,
Hmm.
I read a gentleman's really long X post. He is former special ops or maybe something to that effect, but he said
Okay.
he worked in counterterrorism
Mm.
here and in other countries, and he said the left, this is an insurgency,
Yes,
and
absolutely.
they're very coordinated
Hmm.
with all of their apps. But what I've been laughing because there's an account on X called Bitch You Need Soap and Data Republican. They have been going and hacking their websites and their chats, and they're getting all of their usernames,
Yeah,
emails,
on Signal.
passwords.
Yes.
And no, it's not just Signal, it's also a website called stopice.net.
Oh,
And
wow.
they even they
Very
bitch you
coordinated.
very coordinated. This guy, Bitch You Need Soap, him and his crew got into the website and completely took it over. Even when like you clicked on it, it said so and so Bitch You Need Soap has taken over this website. We have everything. So they're doing things without a warrant because they're private
Right.
citizens, but then they're aggregating all of this data and they're sending it to the FBI, making the FBI's job a lot easier. How do you feel about that? I mean, I'm okay with that. I just wonder what's your stance on that?
Well, I want to go all the way back to when they were crossing the border. Why was that never categorized as an invasion? Because we were clearly invaded.
I think we have to look at what is being allowed in Europe, and that is being condoned by the European Union,
Wow.
which are all bureaucrats. They want the invasion because it creates massive unrest, but it also, as you know, these invaders are absolutely being given the right to vote, and they're going to vote for the Democrats.
And these CDL truck driving license, what have they been hauling?
Well, that's a good question. There's been many accounts that they're moving people and drugs, and they're being busted for it. There was some
Trafficking.
it was either Ohio or Indiana about a month ago. They stopped this truck that was being driven by two illegal aliens, and when they opened it, it was like millions of dollars worth of fucking drugs.
Wow.
And they came out of fucking Southern California, Gypsy.
Gee whiz.
These people are killing our citizens as CDL drivers without proper training, too.
Yep.
You know that.
Well, we're seeing them jackknife on the ice and snow now,
Oh, yeah.
causing just a complete chaos. There was 100-car pileup. What was it on I-85 in Charlotte yesterday?
Yeah, I saw the video.
Kannapolis. Yeah, ridiculous.
I
And they
s- I
can't
saw
read
a
road
video.
signs. They can't even read the road signs.
So I saw a video yesterday in your state that Beth Dutton shared because she lives in the same state.
Yeah.
And the expressway was such a mess. Even these people were getting out of their vehicles to run from their cars because they didn't want to be in the car when they got impacted by another vehicle.
Oh
That
my
that is
God.
also scary considering the temperatures. And you guys aren't
Oh,
used to
wow.
this. Like what I saw in that video is what we deal with every year. So but we know how to drive in
Yeah.
this crap.
Yeah.
This Our roads are still shit. It's been a very long
I think the
2.5
coldest I've ever
weeks.
been was when I had to fly into Iron Mountain, Michigan in the upper UP. And to me, that was the coldest I've ever been in my
Really?
life. So I agree with you. Yeah.
Yeah,
And they were getting by on snowmobiles.
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, so let's see, today is Sunday, so I think it was Thursday. I went out, started my car. My truck temperature gauge inside, on the dash said it was -7 degrees. And I was like, at this point, I'm over it because it's been so cold here. By the time I got into Ingham County, which is the next county over, it was -13.
Holy cow.
Yeah,
Have
and
you lived there your whole life?
I've been here since age almost 6. So yeah,
Okay.
about
Yeah, okay.
40 years I've been
So
here.
you know how to
Holy
navigate really
crap.
well in it too, huh?
Let me tell you, Gypsy, do I know how to? Yes. Do I avoid it at all costs? Absolutely. When I have to go to work and I have to leave when it's dark, it is the most anxiety that I ever have behind the wheel because you can't see. I'm on main roads and it's so cold salt's not going to work. I white knuckle drive it. I'm doing 35 to 40 miles an hour. I will not get on the expressway because of pileups, which we had 2 pileups last week on the west side of the state. That was terrible. So I'm taking all these back roads. I'd rather end up in a ditch
Yeah.
than in a pileup, if that makes
Right.
sense.
Right. Well, you never know how much gas you're going to have when you leave home.
I
Yeah.
almost always have a full tank of gas
Yeah, it's
in the
smart.
winter, in the winter time
When my
because
sister
of
lived in
that.
Alaska, they had to plug their cars in at night so the battery wouldn't die.
Oh, I believe it.
Yeah.
I don't drive my car in the winter because I don't feel safe in it. I drive our truck that I only drive it in the wintertime. So the truck's parked all year long except for the winter, and then I park my car during the wintertime because I don't feel safe in a car in Michigan, not in the wintertime. It is my very first ever accident. I was 18 years old. It was wintertime. I hit black ice on an S curve in the country. I did a couple 360s with a car oncoming.
Holy
I
cow.
had I had Tyler, who was not even 1 years old, in the back seat, and I think that is what I will never get over it. I'm so scared of curves to this day, no matter what the weather. If I'm not driving, I am like holding onto the dash, going, "Holy shit, slow down!" You know, it's an unrealistic or it's a retarded response, but it is trauma related. You
Yeah,
know,
definitely. Yeah.
I don't like leaving my house in the wintertime. If I didn't have to, I'd hibernate. So,
Now, have you seen ice presents there?
well, somebody in our community last week posted anonymously, so I think it was just bullshit, that there was ice here in Owasso. I don't know, but I know in the next town over in Chesaning, which is in Saginaw County has an enormous population of illegals. Enormous. So does Ingham County, which covers the capital.
Now, why do you think that is? Is there a large farming community there?
So Saginaw is a very rural, except for the city of Saginaw. That's a very dangerous area. It's kind of like Flint, but these big, dangerous communities, they're all sanctuary cities. So
Oh, wow.
even my son, Gypsy, my son lives up in Traverse City. Traverse City used to be a destination, and you would love to be rich enough to live there. It is no longer like that in Traverse City. Traverse City is a sanctuary city. My son was like, Mom, there are so many illegals. There's so much crime now. It used to be a beautiful community on a lake. If you looked up Traverse City 10 years ago compared to today, so we definitely have ice,
So, how
but
is Kingston and Iron Mountain now? Do they still have the
so,
charcoal plant?
oh, I don't know. Isn't
Oh,
Iron Mountain, that's right under the bridge, isn't it? I don't think
it's
I've
in the
ever
upper
been.
UP. Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
I've never been there. Is it in the
Oh, okay.
UP? Let me look.
Uh-huh.
Hold on.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm looking
I
at the
flew
map.
into Green Bay and then had a prop pillar take me to Iron Mountain, and I sold a franchise there.
Oh, that isn't. I think we may have driven through when we were up there a few years ago. I
Yeah, it's
see what you're talking
beautiful.
about. That's right before the listen, I'm so retarded. I didn't know Wisconsin Upper Peninsula and the Upper Peninsula actually touched. I had no idea. I thought it was only connected by water.
It's a beautiful state.
Michigan is a very beautiful state.
Do y'all water ski and go out on the boat?
I used to when I was younger, but as I've gotten older, I would rather just be in a tube and like float, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, we've got that at the river, but at the lake here, it's so gorgeous. We used to have a sailboat at Lake Norman, and it needed a whole lot of work, so we wound up letting it go. But years ago, I would go out on a pontoon with my girlfriend, and to me, that
hmm
was a reprieve from work. Blow
I
off your
have
smoke from
never been
working
on a
all week.
sailboat. I have never been
No?
on a sailboat. Mm-mm.
Oh, it's nice. It's
I've been on
nice.
pontoons. We have actually
Yeah.
here in Owasso, one of the biggest pontoon manufacturing companies is called Crest
Nice.
Pontoons. I love pontoons. Now
Mm-hmm.
I'll get on a pontoon, but I'm not tubing or water skiing anymore. I did it in my 20s.
Yeah.
I'm just
Yeah. Same here. Wishful thinking.
I
Yeah.
just physically I can't do it anymore. It takes a toll, like trying to keep yourself upright on water
Getting up and
skis.
everything. Yeah. My buddy, when this is years ago when we worked together, he had a Mastercraft, and he had those things that you put up on it, and he does all these tricks on a little wakeboard,
Hmm.
and that was just watching him get up in the air and stuff, doing all kinds of flips and shit. That was pretty cool. I never attempted any of that stuff. I mean, I was doing good if I could get up on two skis, you know.
Yeah, no, I
But
get it. No, but I think like as you know, Frank and I live in kayaks. That's our jam.
okay.
Like we love we love putting kayaks in the river and kayaking for 6 to 8 hours a day.
And they don't flip on you or anything.
Hold on, let me knock on wood. I have not ever flipped in a kayak.
Okay.
And we have kayaked some very tumultuous terrain where, you know, the river's low or there are a lot of trees down. My husband leads us in those waters because I do tend to get anxious about
Yeah.
flipping, but I haven't. Now a canoe, I have flipped multiple times in a canoe and I have not been in a canoe in 10 years because of that.
Gotcha. So you
I
have more
just,
control over a kayak. I've never been in
yes,
one, but I have on a
yes.
canoe.
Well,
Okay, we should
I
try
guess it
that
depends.
then.
I guess it depends on the type of kayak. Now, if you get on one of those very sleek and narrow kayaks, there's a
Yeah.
chance of flipping, but
Okay.
I can't control those. I do not feel comfortable. I like the ones where you can sit in, but your legs are still exposed.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to be inside of a kayak. I like it where it's an open top.
Gotcha.
So your legs are out, you know, your legs are out, you have a nice seat, you're canoeing, or I'm sorry, kayaking, but the ones that you sit in and they're deep,
Mm-hmm.
those ones I can't do it. I have again, the last time I went kayaking, it was on the Au Gray, or no, I'm sorry, the Tawas River,
Mm-hmm.
in the Thumb, and it was bad. There were three of us girls on it. We
Yeah.
flipped, we hit rocks, we just couldn't commandeer it. We didn't
Wow.
have the ability to.
Now, Flint, have they fixed the water there? Have they fixed all the issues they had?
What's that?
Flint, Michigan water?
Um, I do not kayak in Flint. Now,
Okay.
Flint does have a really good kayaking. They have the Flint River, and I guess it is, people love to kayak in it. I will not for, not just because, it has really nothing to do with lead water, even though they were taking their water from the Flint River. They have a very big history of dumping biomedical waste in that river.
Mm-hmm.
And there will be a fuck up with their water waste treatment
Okay.
plant and it dumps a bunch of fucking poop in it. So
Damn.
I just think it's all radioactive over there. I stay away from that area.
Right. Wasn't the Potomac like that too at one time in DC?
Yes, it was.
Okay.
That was in,
Yeah.
wasn't that in late 90s, early 2000s?
Yes. Yeah, it was about the time my
Yeah.
brother moved up there. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's shitty, man. Take something like that natural resource like that. What's your opinion of these data centers going up?
I am very ignorant. I don't understand any of it.
Okay.
My oldest has now moved to Indianapolis.
Mm.
He's working on one of the Meta data centers down in Indianapolis.
Okay.
So he left at the beginning of the year, and he and a buddy, they left their job up in TC, and this contract is 18 months long
Wow.
for this data center, and they do excavating. So they work at night. So they work from 7 p to 7 a. They work 14 days in a row and then get 2 days off.
Mm-hmm.
So they're doing all the clearing of this property. So my understanding is so limited. All I know is it's going to be like these huge data centers, and I get
It
it.
is.
And I don't understand why.
Right.
should probably look into
Why
that.
do we need so many of them? And why are you taking
But what do
so
they
much
do?
of what little land we have left that China's left us or BlackRock
Yeah,
has
what
left
are,
us?
what do these data centers do? That's what I don't understand.
Okay, let me explain. Um, when you were working at the hospital, was there an IT section that was where all the computers were running?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's what it is. It's a huge, massive one of those. Like instead of it being on the floor of that, particular, let's say it's
Yeah.
the 9th floor of the hospital, now it's a whole zip code. And they say they need it to maintain AI.
And I'm not a fan of AI. I
Right.
think
Well, I
I
did a
think
show.
AI is going to be very dangerous.
I did a
It's
show
going to
last.
eradicate a lot of jobs.
Yeah, I did a show last week, and my thought process was if it's going to take a lot of electricity and a lot of water and a lot of land, which we don't have much of anymore, and he is going to, let's say, acquire, if you want to say that, real estate in Greenland, why not put him there? Put all the data centers there. That's where
I
all the
think it's
water is.
maybe because it's all ice.
I don't know.
I don't know. The only thing I've ever heard about the data centers is the water usage and then the amount
And
of
the
water
power
being
grid.
used. Yeah, and the amount of water being used, the cost is actually fucking the residents
Yes,
because
and then it
their
turns the water
water.
brown. I know,
Well, I
it's
guess it's no
scary.
different than like Nestle with all they get to use like fresh water springs in our country without paying for it.
Mm.
I mean, Tyler was telling me that once this 18-month contract is over, they go to the next site. So him and his friend left their job to go there because their other friends like got them to go down there. So there's like 10 of them. And they all live within the Indianapolis area renting houses. But he believes his next job is it's going to be in Las Vegas.
Wow.
They're paying these kids
Mm-hmm.
$75 an hour.
Mm-hmm. I know, right? I know.
And the contract looks to be about a decade long if they stay with it traveling, and he doesn't have children. So this is an opportunity for him to see the country not on his dime per se.
So this data center that your son is, you said working with, is it in a rural part of the state that he's going to be working or is working? Is it in a rural area? And I'm
No,
wondering,
so
why are they
my
choosing rural
understanding
areas?
my understanding is that it is outside of Indianapolis. So it
Okay.
has to be a rural area.
Wonder why they're doing that. We don't have much farmland left.
Probably, well, why did the Biden administration put up all these solar farms?
Oh
Have you seen these
God.
solar farms
Yes,
in
they look like
Michigan?
satellite dishes. Yes, it's like
Well,
if those
yeah.
stupid
No, these
satellites that
are
everybody
we've
had.
got
It looks
no,
terrible.
no. What we have in our county, it took an entire farm,
And
all of
just
its
nothing but those
property,
stupid, yeah, we've seen
and
it. We've seen it.
it's the solar panels, and they tilt where the sun goes,
Yep.
but none of that alleged electricity that it produces, because let's be realistic, we don't have a lot of sun
Right.
from December to March.
Yeah, they've already said that they're not getting their
They're
return on
not.
investment, and they're abandoning them. And so
Yes.
a neighboring town here, which is in a rural area called Yaganville, they are either suing or added a clause that if you decide that it's not a good return on investment or you're going to abandon the whole project, you have to take your equipment down and take it with you.
So, so we tried in this community, I was part of it, where we were going to meetings within the townships, the cities, saying that we didn't want this solar energy. And of course, money won, right?
Right.
And we find out that the solar energy, quote unquote, that they're producing is being sent to Detroit Edison. So in Michigan, you have two power companies. You have Detroit Edison, which is DTE, or you have Consumers Energy. Consumers Energy covers about 70% of the state. We are procuring solar energy for Detroit Edison, and then they sell it to fucking Canada. This doesn't even
Wow.
benefit us. And then,
Wow.
hold on, and then our governor with the Democrat legislature voted to increase our energy bills.
Oh
to
my God, that
offset-
just happened
hold on.
here.
Yeah, to offset the cost that these energy companies are investing in green energy that doesn't affect us.
It's a nightmare. It's
Gypsy,
such a
I'm telling you
grift.
what,
All of it is such a
it is.
grift.
It's all dirty shit that needs to be exposed. Well, this is the coldest month that I can recall in the last decade. For 2 weeks now, we
Yeah.
have been with the wind chill almost every day. We are under 0 degrees at some point in the 24-hour period. I have a new furnace in this house. I have to keep my thermostat at 74 degrees, which I hate doing. If my husband was home, he would never allow this. He's on a job up in Mackinac Island. So I'm cold, and I've got a
Yeah.
space heater plugged in because the furnace, despite it being only a year old, cannot get my house up to 74 degrees. New windows, good insulation. It is that cold, right?
Wow.
I guarantee you my electricity bill is going to be close to $1,000 next month, and that
Yeah.
is not acceptable.
Yeah,
That is not
everyone's saying it's
acceptable for
triple what
us.
it usually is.
Yeah, it's not acceptable for people that are on a fixed income. This is
Right.
not fair. Like we can pay it. Will we grit our teeth and be pissed? Yes. But people like yourself and others,
Yeah.
you guys are in a very weird predicament in our own government. The people that are pro, quote unquote, the people, those are the ones that are fucking raping us
Yep.
financially.
Yep.
Not acceptable.
Duke has
It is
us
not acceptable.
monopolized.
What's
Duke
that?
Energy has us monopolized
bet.
here.
I
Yeah.
bet.
And they just, got approved for raising us another hike. Unbelievable. And they were sued and told not to, and they still got approved. I mean, dirty
have-
money.
Yep, we have had 3 hikes in the last 4 years. We've also just had another new gas tax entered or approved by the governor. That started the beginning of January.
Do y'all have
We
sales
now-
tax there?
I think we're at 59 cents per gallon of state taxes.
Wow.
Yeah. If you were in Michigan, and I'm about 15 miles south of the M57 border, that's a regular 2-lane highway.
Yeah.
From that point north, the windmills are across the entire state. I have there's
Oh,
thousands of those
no.
windmills, and those have been proven to not do shit.
Are
And
they
when
going to
they
take
stop
those down, or are
working,
they just going to
no,
abandon them?
nope. And here's the thing: the ones that were originally put up were put up in Gratiot County, which is 30 minutes north of here. They started popping up in, let's see, Maggie was born in 2009. They started popping up in 05, 05, 06. And they were located in Gratiot and Isabella County. So they were two neighboring counties. They have now spread from from the west side of the state all the way to the east side of the state,
Oh my
all
God.
the way up to almost halfway up to maybe an hour from the UP. The landscape has been completely fucking destroyed
I
by
hate
these.
that.
Yeah,
I
me
hate
too.
that. What an eyesore.
It is. It's the house that I bought with my ex-husband. I had bought this house. It was on the border of Shiawassee and Saginaw County. We were very, very deep rural area. And at night, because you're way out in the middle of nowhere and there's no lights, from my kitchen window or the side of my house, you could see every single red blinking light from those
Oh
windmills.
my God.
And from my house at that point to where the
God.
windmill started, 25 miles.
Now,
The
were they
whole
there when you
landscape.
bought the house?
Yes, but I didn't know. But
Right.
that's not the point. That didn't
Right.
kill the rest of what I could see at night. But I remember standing there at the kitchen and the lights were off, and I was like, what are all those red lights out there? And Methamiah's like, oh, those are those windmills up in
Oh
Ashby,
my gosh.
up in Alma, in Ithaca. And I'm like, we can see those from here? They're bad.
Are they maintained, or do they let grass grow up around them and stuff?
Every single one of them are in farmer fields. So the farmers are leasing out portions of their land for these. Let me see if I can find
Oh my gosh.
Michigan Windmill Gratiot County. Let me see if I can pull up the images. If you want to show this, it's up to you.
Yeah.
But this is what it looks like right here. This is Gratiot County. That's what it looks like now, if you pull that up from your basement. There's hundreds
This
and
is
hundreds and hundreds.
Michigan?
Yeah, that is in Gratiot
Oh
County.
my God.
They're called the Gratiot County Windmill Farms. They have completely taken over central and northern Michigan. I
That
have
makes me
never
want to
seen
cry.
anything like it. Believe me, when we drove up in 22 to go up to the UP for vacation, I looked at Frank and I said, our landscape has completely been destroyed. This is what it looks like across from the west to the east side of the state, from the mid-center line all the way up. When we went and traveled to East Tawas, that's up in the Thumb. We went up to Sebawing, the entire drive, I was like, what is happening? Our entire state looks this way.
So, if he is not approving any more of those, is he wanting them taken down? Will they
Are you
have to
talking about
come?
Trump?
Yeah.
I don't know. I know that he has talking very negatively about them. They are killing the whales. They kill birds.
He says it doesn't save any money. So there's
It does
like,
not. Nope. It actually costs. No, because like our state put the cost onto us. and said, well, they're investing in green energy and they need to offset their investment, so we're raising your energy rates. And we're also in a monopoly here in Michigan. You don't get to choose between DTE and Consumers Energy. It's all based on your region. So if you live in this region, there's zero competition. You have to be with Consumers Energy, or you have to be with Detroit Edison.
Sounds like Duke. Wow.
And there's no competition, and our rates, it's frustrating because our town just notified us that starting this year, our water rates are going to go up. Now, we're billed quarterly. We spend about $300 a month, so it's $1,200, or I'm sorry, a quarter, so it's $1,200 a year. $100 a month, right? That's 3 people, showers, toilets, washer and dryer, dishwasher. They have to upgrade the water waste management and some of the pipes, and they cannot do a tax on property to increase and to get those gains. They can only raise the water bill. So by 2030, every household in the city of Owasso, we will be paying $700 a quarter. That is $2,800 a year for water.
Good God.
Yeah, it tripled. Rising energy costs, tripling in our water. You know what I'm saying? Our car insurance rates, because we're no fault, they are through the roof. And they say, oh, well, it's because it's inflation. No, it's because they have to offset all of these natural disasters.
Exactly. Speaking of natural disasters and ruining landscapes, the Palisades in California. It's my understanding from what I've deep dove into was Gavin Newsom wants to be the first smart city there in LA. It would be where I saw the presentation they did in was it Saudi Arabia, the Crown Prince? Yeah. And they have like I don't even know how would you even explain it, Ken? How do I explain that? Mega city where it just looks like the Jetsons.
Well, one, that's never going to happen. They've been trying to build that light rail for how many years now?
Right.
I did hear, though, that they wanted to take those parcels of land and do, what do they call that?
There's a reason why they weren't getting their
eminent
permits.
domain. Yes, they want to do eminent domain and build low-income housing. And
that's right. I did read that too. Yes.
Yes, and there's this guy. His name is Spencer Pratt. He is running now for LA mayor. He used to be an actor of some sort. His house was burned down. They raised $100 million for the victims of the Palisades fire, and not one homeowner has seen a dime.
Damn.
They're sending them to NGOs.
Yeah, he's purposely not letting them rebuild because he wants to give it to these speculators. Yeah. He wanted those houses to burn. That was all intentional, in my opinion, allegedly.
I agree. No, you don't have to say allegedly. I mean, they arrested 2 people that started the fires. They have been arrested. Did you see Gavin go to the World Economic Forum 2 weeks ago just to trash talk Trump? Because he looked
so silly.
So dumb too. And
he's always high as a kite.
Yeah, this is a bid because he thinks he has a chance.
Yes.
There's no way. I don't think, based on all the pollings that are being done across Republicans and independents, Trump's approval rating keeps going up.
Yeah,
Gypsy.
but the Democrats, they really love Gavin. They'll get in those comments and say, "He's our movie star."
And so, I don't know if you follow Michael Knowles, but Michael
Uh-uh.
Knowles, so Michael Knowles is a conservative podcaster. He has a channel here on YouTube. He's
Okay,
part of like Matt Walsh, Ben Shapiro,
gotcha.
good dude.
Yeah.
And he interviewed a podcaster streamer named Clavicular. Now, Clavicular is a young adult. He actually killed somebody last month with his Tesla truck in Florida, which was completely justified. The guy was stalking him and jumping on the
Oh,
vehicle,
wow.
and he was scared and he drove over him.
Right.
So he doesn't have any charges, no charges because of Florida state laws. But he interviews Clavicular, and Clavicular says if JD Vance runs, if JD Vance gets nominated and so does Gavin Newsom, he is going to vote for Gavin Newsom just because he's handsome. And they called, I guess there's a group called Look Maxing. They are obsessed with physical appearances, and I
Yes.
didn't know this, and I'm going, oh my God, we need to like make Americans pass a litmus test to get the ability to vote, because this kid's gonna vote for Gavin Newsom, irrespective of his terrible policies, wasteful spending. This kid just says like, I don't care. He's
You
good
remind
looking.
me, you're reminding me of Mr. Schuler. He was one of my U.S. and World Issues social studies history teacher in high school. And he held up I believe it was like USA Today or whatever, and it had John F. Kennedy Jr. on the front. And he said, those in the room who would vote for him, and he held it up, and it was hot as hell. So almost all the girls raised their hand, silly 15-year-olds. And he made a very good point without even saying anything, that we were going to vote for him just because he was visually appealing.
Yeah.
And it made me feel like I know what they look like now, and it seems silly to even say so, but I think that's how Clinton and Gore got elected. Was they were just two chummy
Well,
guys
Gore
who were,
didn't. Gore
back
didn't.
then they
He
were
tried.
attractive, and
Gore didn't get elected. Gore lost. But oh, you're talking about okay, the
when
Clinton
they were
Gore.
together,
Yeah.
yeah.
So Clinton was, because I can remember I was in high school when he was elected, and I was completely sold on Bill Clinton.
Me
Now,
too.
he wasn't bad looking, but I was dumb, young, and naive,
Same
and
here,
I had no financial responsibilities as a teenager. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, there are people that will vote just based on looks, and I'm going, I think JD Vance is sexy as fuck compared
Yeah,
to
he's
Gavin
very nice
Newsom.
looking. Yeah, he's very nice
Yeah.
looking.
And the fact that everyone's pushing a Vance Rubio, I think Rubio, oh my God, this guy is fucking smart as fuck.
He
He's
really
very
has a great
strategic.
handle on foreign politics. He really
Yes,
does.
he does.
I'm very
Yes,
impressed.
he does. Dude, I am shockingly impressed. I
Same
had
here.
no idea.
Same here. I was just telling Ken the same thing. I never really gave him the respect or attention that he
Correct.
definitely deserved, because he's really gotten a wrangle on foreign politics, and we
I
need
mean,
him.
yes. And look at how well we're doing. And then you look at, there's part of me that feels bad about Ron DeSantis because he's getting close to the end of being able to be a governor, right? And Ron DeSantis, in my head, I'm thinking, I hope there's an opening at the Supreme Court that Trump can nominate DeSantis as a Supreme Court justice, because he would be an amazing
He would
justice. He would be an amazing.
He would
He would
be.
be better. He would be better as a SCOTUS than a president, because
I don't think he's
he's
interested
very
in running,
thoughtful.
is he?
He tried. He wanted to be nominated for the presidency again, but Trump beat him out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Trump beat him out. Just like Vivek Ramaswamy, he's running
I
for
didn't
governor
realize he
now.
wanted to be president because
Yeah,
he's done so
he
well in
ran.
Florida.
Well, he did run for the nomination for this last election. He lost it. There was no way anyone was gonna beat out Trump. It just wasn't
Right,
gonna happen.
right. We
And
waited too
Trump,
long.
well,
You
it's not
know?
even just that, but Trump knows how to run a business.
Yeah,
And we're running this company as a corporation as we should have been for the last
right,
2 decades.
right.
We're done. Like him pulling out. Did you hear he told the UN to fuck off?
Yes.
He's no longer paying the 22%.
And the
And he
World Health
created,
Organization,
yeah,
right? Who?
he 100% pulled out of the WHO, but with the UN, he said, we're not paying anything. We're done.
Yeah.
And he's created the Board of Peace. That's going to replace the UN. That Board of Peace is. This is a very calculating and cunning administration, and we need to be thanking Charlie Kirk and Stephen Miller because they are the ones that helped put together this entire cabinet.
Right. Have you seen the Melania documentary yet?
No, it's not in our
haven't either.
theaters. I looked this morning. I would have to go to Flint or Lansing to watch it, and frankly, I'm not going to Flint for shit. That is a very, very violent
I
town.
understand.
And Lansing, I'm in Lansing multiple times a week for work, and I just truly hate the drive. So I'm hoping that within the next month I can buy and rent it on like YouTube or something.
Yeah.
I've heard nothing but like rave reviews.
You don't mention Detroit often,
Detroit it's quite a bit of ways from me.
is it?
We went, well, hold on. My birthday, my husband took me down to Detroit proper on the
Okay.
river at the Renaissance building.
Nice.
He took me to Joe Muir's restaurant,
Very nice.
which is one of the very few 5-star restaurants in the state. And I had the best oyster Rockefellers I've ever had, the best calamari. I had
Nice.
lobster tails. We were right on the river of Detroit. I could see Toronto right across from us. But it's a drive, Gyps. I
Yeah.
mean, plus you have to pay $20 to park, and
Oh gosh.
it can be very dangerous down there. And most
Yeah.
of Detroit, and you can't carry anywhere that you're going. Of course, my husband didn't give a fuck and was still carrying where we shouldn't have been, but that's his risk.
That is the nastiest airport I've ever been in. That
Detroit
stood
Metro?
out in
That's
was
not even in
Detroit.
Detroit.
This was
That's
25
in
years ago.
Romulus. That's
Yeah,
in
this is 25
Romulus.
years ago. It may have been, upgraded, but that was the first place I flew to where I saw homeless living in the airport.
The last time I went anywhere on an airplane was Vegas in 2008 out of DTW, and it was not bad.
Okay, they've
It was
probably
not
upgraded
bad.
it since then. It's been a long time
Yeah.
since I was there, but yeah, that's what I remember about Detroit was the airport.
Did you
I
did
didn't
you
get to
see
see
that?
much.
Did you see that the Department of Justice indicted 3 judges from Detroit proper?
No, but talking of that, why have
These were
they've
these
done
were no,
anything
these
to
were
to
Michigan
Fauci?
judges.
I'm
These were
sorry.
These were Michigan judges, not federal
Oh,
judges.
oh, wow.
They were stealing from incapacitated adults' trusts.
Oh my
They were
God.
stealing their money. It's like
Judges.
judges,
Shit.
3 of them. Yeah. We have you and I as people that live to survive, right? Because we're not rich. These people that have power, and I know it's in every state, but what we're seeing with this Trump administration, nothing I ever anticipated. I didn't realize everything was so deep. The fraud.
Same here. I didn't think that we'd ever see anything happen,
Right.
you know. I'm holding my breath for the Fauci. You know, I want
I
to
don't
see
think it's
something.
gonna happen.
You don't? Why?
I think
He tried to kill us.
I I don't disagree. But here's why I don't think it's gonna happen.
Okay.
I think Fauci's age. B, it wasn't. I think Fauci was a puppet, and
Interesting.
it's deeper than him. And this is an
Okay.
international rot, not just Fauci. Honestly, from my perspective, I think leave Fauci alone. This guy has already lost all credibility. Trump stripped his Secret Service outfit that Biden had given him. His name is completely tarnished when it comes to science. And he did this. This guy's an evil man. But
Who
I think,
did I say
honestly,
the other day I thought would be good for president? And I said he went toe to toe with Fauci. What's his name? Rand Paul. What's your opinion of him?
if you would have asked me 2 or 3 years ago, I would have said yes. I love his
Okay.
father, Ron. I'm always more libertarian than I am conservative. However, watching his movements since Trump was elected and inaugurated, he goes against Trump
He does.
more
Why does he do
than
that?
because, well, why does Tom Massey?
Yeah.
Why does Mitch McConnell? These are never Trumpers that will never come out and say never Trump, but they're definitely not going to help push what the American people voted for, the mandate.
Right.
We voted for Trump. We
Right.
voted for mass immigration. We voted for accountability. We
Right.
voted for a change in healthcare. Rand Paul, I don't know why, like, this man, he could get more done in Congress if he was positive Trump, because he would have more people backing the bills that he wants. But
Yeah.
he is a never Trumper. He's not going to come out and say it, but his actions tell us just that.
Yeah.
Look how hard it is to get all of the Republican elected officials on board to pass the SAVE
A stupid
Act.
bill. I know it, right?
But we go,
Like
well,
our own
it's really
Ted.
hard.
What is
It's
his
really
first
hard.
name? Phyllis?
It's really hard. You're gonna require people to have IDs to vote. What do you mean? We have to have. It's not hard for us to get our licenses to drive.
Exactly.
If you drive to the polling station, you should have your license.
I kind of felt like Fauci was trying to eradicate some of us so that they could bring in
Oh,
illegals
I
to
agree.
replace us.
Honey, I don't disagree. You know, I had a heart attack after my second COVID injection. I don't
No, I
disagree.
didn't know that.
You didn't know that?
No, my dad had a stroke. Yeah.
Yeah, my first one, my first injection, the hypertension started, and at that point I weighed 140 pounds, so I wasn't obese, and I have no familial history on either side of the family with hypertension.
Wow.
This, and well, I was in the hospital. I've been dealing with whatever, and then the second vaccine, I ended up having a heart attack. Again, nobody in my family, my mom's, my dad's, my aunts, my uncles, my grandparents, nobody has ever had a heart attack. Nobody's had
Wow.
strokes. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I think we have people that in my both sides of the family that die from COPD.
Now, was this work mandated that you take it?
Yes, I had to.
Wow.
I was at MSU. I am
Wow.
I was the one that provided everybody with health insurance in my household. I had to do it. I was not going to lose my job and leave my family without health insurance, because
Right.
I had health insurance for my kids up until they were age 26, And at MSU, you paid $0 for your health insurance.
Wow, that's fantastic.
So none of my family got it, none of my kids, none of my adult kids. I was like, do not do this. This is being done under a EULA, which is an emergency use license of authorization, which flies in the face of the ICHGCP, good clinical practice, because we don't know what this is going to do to us. And I work
It
in
seems like you
clinical
could
research.
sue.
Nope. They
Yeah.
pharmaceutical
Damn.
companies have immunity.
Wow.
Yeah. Ain't that fucked up? And I think
It's totally
RFK,
fucked up.
RFK being added to the administration, I think he's going to end up changing that, because you can't, and it's not just for vaccines, it's for medications as well. Gypsy, we can't sue if a medication kills us.
That's so fucked up.
But we have informed consent for vaccines, and the only reason we have informed consent is for risky interventions that can lead to death or significant injury.
Now, Morgan and Morgan reached out to me. You know, I don't know if I shared this with you or not, but I did on my live streams last year when it was discovered that I had the lesions on my brain. And they said it more than likely is from a lifetime of being on Depo-Provera in between my pregnancies. And they told me that they weren't able to go forward with me as a client because several of my physicians are either dead or not in practice anymore, and they can't get my records.
So there's a difference between suing an insurance company because maybe you know somebody, like your child died from it, right? And I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be insensitive. I'm just using that as an example, and not your
Right, right.
child, but in general.
Right, right.
Now, if there's a class action, so you have to meet a specific criteria to meet a class action. That's different. So
Okay.
class actions have different abilities to sue companies, and pharmaceutical companies at that.
Wow.
That's because they are able to find across the entire country people that were prescribed this medication. So back in the day, I don't know if you recall Celebrex.
Yeah, I remember that.
Celebrex was causing people to fucking have heart attacks.
Shit.
They were able to do a class action lawsuit
Yeah.
because it met the criteria. There was enough death and enough injury. Now, you have to find, so what's going on with the COVID injections is it's too soon. Not from our
Okay.
standpoint, from you and I, our standpoint, it should have happened years ago. It's
Right.
too soon because it had, instead of us looking at these pharmaceutical companies and what they produce, we had a political arm telling us all of the data that these doctors and medical examiners were lying. They were deplatformed. But now you're seeing a change. If you have, like most of you don't have access to PubMed, or the different medical journals that, unless you pay, you have to be a doctor, you have to be in clinical research, you have to pay in a
Gotcha.
subscription. Now, the last year, they're being allowed to publish their actual research based on post-mortem results. They were not allowing science to science during the Biden administration. They were absolutely not going to allow any investigations by any scientists, any doctors. And when I say scientists, most scientists are not medical doctors, but they are medical doctors. So you have
gotcha.
MDs, DOs, you have scientists who have a master's of science, a PhD in research. Those are scientists, but both kind of commingle. Then they're able to look at this data. And it's not real-time data, it's post data. What are we collecting here? So now they're looking at the COVID numbers. We know that the Biden administration actually propped up hospitals to lie
Yes,
and say people that had cancer died from COVID. And they did
that's
that
right.
as a form of insurance fraud to get more
That's right.
reimbursement. Which anybody else, if that would have happened within any other time period, aside from 2021 to the beginning of 2025, these people would have been charged with Medicaid fraud, Medicare fraud, and insurance fraud.
Right. Now that makes me think of something completely off topic, but sort of not. I could be totally wrong, and I can take it, but we're noticing them fudge numbers on when they're getting locked up. They're saying they're white when they're clearly Latina.
Yes, that's intentional. So I can't recall the exact year they changed how I don't want to say demographics, but ethnicity.
They're fudging the numbers.
They are, and it's being done intentionally, is what I'm
Yeah.
saying. So it used to be Caucasian, Black,
Latina.
Hispanic,
Yes.
non-Hispanic.
Right.
We do not have a category for Middle Eastern. We do not have a category for Asian,
Nope.
right?
Right.
So what they ended up doing, if I recall correctly, don't quote me on this, is they removed the Hispanic Latino.
They did.
And all you have is Caucasian, Black.
That's right.
Native Americans on there as well. But
When I'm filling out job applications on Indeed, Nick, it's the same thing. There are no other choices.
that's because it fudges with their data.
Absolutely.
And I
Absolutely.
believe,
The Census Bureau has got to be so fucked up now.
if I recall correctly, the mayor of DC, or no, it was the mayor or the chief of police in DC, they were fudging their fucking statistics based on ethnicity, and she lost her job last month or within the last couple of months.
Are they
Because
going to
every
wrangle that
person-
back in?
Well, I heard that Trump is considering it has to be passed through Congress, and it'll be hard because nobody wants to pass his agenda, was to redo the census during his administration because they were
Yes.
also counting illegal aliens.
Good.
Which then gave all of these states that have these huge sanctuary cities more representation than they deserved. Those are the voters that are going to vote for Democrats, or the low propensity voters that maybe don't normally vote. So I'm a voter no matter what. I'm going to
Yeah.
vote in the general. I'm going to vote in midterms. I'm voting local. I'm going to the special elections. I don't give a shit. I'm voting. The low propensity voters are voters that very rarely turn out. How
Are
do you
you
think that
are you worried about primaries now with all this happening in these major cities?
In what regard?
I'm a little nervous. I mean, those crowds are getting bigger and bigger and bigger.
So what I've decided to do, and I started doing this, the midterms before Trump was elected this time around, is I'm doing mail-in voting. So, and the reason is during the 2020 election, Frank's mom, who is considered a low propensity voter, she very rarely votes. She decided she was going to vote. She went in to vote for the 2020 election, and when she got there, she was turned away because they told her she had already voted.
Wow.
So so here in Michigan, the Secretary of State, you can type in your name and your date of birth, and it'll tell you if your ballot has been cast, how it was cast. She went in, and her ballot was mail-in.
Wow.
Somebody voted for her mail-in ballot.
Damn.
Yeah. So what I decided, and my husband, he's done it. I'm only doing this for primary and midterm. I'm not going to do it for, like, local elections. I'm walking in and I'll vote. But the
Yeah.
big elections, we voted mail-in. So mine, Nick's, Ashton's, like Ashton came, got his, and Phil, he's still in the same voting district. We filled them out. We all took pictures of our ballots, and they handed the ballots to me, and I drove them right to City Hall and dropped them in their drop box. And then
Now,
I
is he going to
tracked
take
them.
away? Is he going to take away mail-in voting though?
I don't know. I don't care if he does. If he does,
Yeah.
that's fine. My
Yeah.
polling location is literally across the street at the school.
Right.
My thing is I wanted to track our ballots in real time
Right.
because of what happened in 2020. So we had photos of our ballots with the date and time stamp of our photos, and I followed them through the Secretary of State. So when I dropped them off at the city clerk, within like 4 days, it was registered on the Secretary of State website that
Okay.
it was received, and I watched it go through the whole process.
Okay.
Then it would tell me if it was accepted or rejected at the very end. So I wanted to make sure that as well, because we were told that there's a chance that ballots are getting rejected or our ballots are being changed.
Damn.
We can't see if they're changed though. I don't know. It was very interesting. In 2020, this was before I was on YouTube, I went through the Flint Journal's obituaries prior to November 5th. All of the elderly people, and I took down their information. I went and figured out their date of birth because I knew their month and year, but I didn't know the date. I found that. I went into the Secretary of State, and these motherfuckers were voting and they were dead.
Mm.
I did that. Seriously, I did a 4-week period of deaths and found that all of these dead people had voted.
That's
All through the
crazy.
Secretary of State's website. Yeah, it is. That election was stolen in 2020, which
Absolutely.
in hindsight, that was actually the best thing that could have happened, because look what Trump's doing now. Look at his cabinet. Look at his administration. They are on fire.
Yeah, totally. What do you think's going to happen over in Iran?
Iran,
Yeah.
Iran. If I had to speculate, I think we're gonna see a Venezuela repeat.
Yeah, I do too. I think they want us to.
Oh, they do.
Yeah.
Khamenei has gone on X and has taunted President Trump over the last few weeks.
Yes. He's being awfully patient with this one.
Well, I think they're gonna annihilate the IRGC. Unfortunately, 20,000 people have been murdered and massacred because of
Right.
the protests. And unfortunately, the Minnesota shit has really taken front
Wow.
center stage on X, which we are America first. We should
Yeah.
be. But I hope that we decimate the Ayatollah and all of his generals.
I agree. It's time.
It's well beyond time.
Absolutely. And finally put that whole situation to bed so he can move on to other things like Cuba and finish up Greenland.
Well, I think
I like
Cuba.
I like his thought process with wanting to acquire more land mass on the globe.
I agree. I
If
agree.
we're going to pay for everything, we need more land.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't realize, Gypsy, until the last like 3 months, how much we are subsidizing so many different countries.
Right, and we're so small. We're so small on that globe
Yes.
to carry the weight of so many others.
Well, I think Greenland I think that's done. The deal's gonna be made.
Yeah.
I'm reading stuff on X that Cuba is now begging other countries for oil, and we're blocking it left and right. And of course, Marco Rubio, I think it was his grandfather, came here on a boat from Cuba. As my
Yes.
high school government teacher would say, Cuba! Well, I mean, and God, let's talk about education. Why do we have two generations? We have millennials and Gen Z that have zero grasp on government and the Constitution.
Or, I was reading that here locally, they're wanting to implement how to stock trade in high school. Now we're talking. Teach them how to be financially independent at a young
Yeah,
age.
we need to bring economics back. I had economics
Yes.
class, didn't you?
No, I sure
You
didn't.
didn't. So in my high school, we had an economics class.
And it shows in my life.
Well, no, but we had an economics class. We had home ec, which they have deemed to be, that's bullshit. It's for women. This is just making women stay in the kitchen. We had accounting. We had bookkeeping. Like, I remember taking these classes. I learned all about the banking system from my high school. I didn't learn it from my mom.
I
No,
had
home
crap
ec.
classes in my high school. I had fashion merchandising, which was stupid because I was in retail at the mall. So I thought fashion merchandising, here you go. And I took journalism, which was a total bore. And my home ec class, they had changed the name of it the 4 years that I was in high school to family planning. And we had a mock-up wedding. That was what I learned, was how to have a wedding, how to marry a man to take care of me.
Yeah, so our home ec kind of changed a little bit as well. There was family planning. In fact, this is pretty ironic. We had in our home ec class this baby that we had to take home.
Right, yeah.
And it was the baby that was like alive, I guess you would say. It would cry.
I think it was called Baby Alive, yeah.
It was something, I can't remember. I was pregnant with Tyler, okay? I was 11th grade, pregnant with Tyler. I was 5 or 6 months pregnant. I'll never forget it. I was the first student in the entire school to have this baby, and they did a whole article about me in the Argus Press.
Oh, wow.
Listen, so I had to keep the baby for a week, and Teddy, Tyler's dad, had to keep the baby for a week.
Oh my gosh.
Now, mind you,
that's good though, right?
Yeah, I was my mom had kicked me out of the house. I was pregnant, but I was renting a room from this crazy lady named Rosemary. Nice house, beautiful home. I paid $300 a month. It was a safe place, and this fucking doll. And you remember, I'm sure you remember being pregnant and how exhausted you were, right?
Oh yeah.
So what I did, I totally half-assed it. I pulled the fucking battery out of this goddamn thing. I couldn't handle it.
You could get some sleep. Bless your heart.
Oh my God, I couldn't handle it. But I had to take the baby with me to school from class to class, pregnant.
Now, how did he do? Did he wind up taking the battery out?
No, he didn't know. I never told him because I didn't want to fail because we were in the same class.
Okay.
At the same hour, so I didn't want, because if you did that, you would fail. But Miss Valerie, I guess they couldn't, back then in 1997, they couldn't tell that you removed the battery. But no, Ted had called me, and I will never forget when Teddy called me, and he was like, "This baby won't stop crying. I gave it to my mom." Like,
that's so funny.
Yeah, that was 29 years ago. I just reached out to that teacher. Actually, she now teaches at the with the adult ed
Okay.
school, and she's dealing with breast cancer, and
Oh.
we just reconnected in August. But
Oh, it's
she made
great.
she made a really big impression on me because
Yeah.
she was so supportive instead of me being alienated because I was a teen mom. They knew
Yeah.
my mom kicked me out. They knew I was coming to school every day and I wasn't going to drop out. Like, I was doing everything I could to make sure that I didn't become a statistic as a teen mom, you know?
That's great.
But yeah, we had all that class. We had economics, bookkeeping, accounting. My government teacher, Danny Miller, was probably one of my favorite teachers. He was the toughest teacher, but he taught us about the government and the Constitution. So when I hear people say we have the right to protest, no, the fuck you don't.
Right.
You have the right to peacefully assemble.
Right.
None of what we have been seeing is peaceful.
I don't understand why the tolerance is so high for all of that.
Well,
The street takeover. I mean,
it's a voter. Those Democrat-run cities, they will get those people to vote for them.
I live in a Democratic ran city, and they are in so much trouble with the education budget. How much was it, honey? Like $46 million.
Yeah, I heard Duke is in some shit. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. And now they're saying there was no trucks out, but they got approved for an emergency fund to have extra trucks. So now we're like, where's the trucks? Why are the roads not clear? Why are there so many accidents? It's like, where's the money going? Unreal.
Hold on. Lisa K's messaging me. I guess Mark's threatening her. Oh my God. Mark just needs to stop.
He's threatening Lisa K?
Yeah, she just texted me and said that.
Well, I'll go ahead and close out and go finish my coffee.
Yeah,
and,
hey, it was nice.
It was really
You know
nice
what?
talking to you. Yeah.
This is actually, I had a lot of fun, Gypsy. I wish.
Me too.
I think you should have more panels like this because if you like it, because I love
I do.
talking about this stuff.
I do.
This is way more like intellectually stimulating than constant drama.
And it's important right now, I think.
It is.
You know?
I agree.
Well, I appreciate you coming up. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks for having me. All right, you
I
have a good night.
appreciate you. You too. Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right, y'all. Y'all have a good night, and thanks for coming. I appreciate you.
Bada bing, bada boom! Get over here! Get out of here!
Go, Monty, go, 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 go!
He's got green grass in front of him. He's at the 5 touchdown. Woo!
Bye-bye. Thanks now. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Tells the wind all her secrets. They blow out to sea, wash up on beaches. then the water knows her truths. And when the moon lights up her face, her freckles mirror the stars in space, and she knows where she came from. She bravely climbs her greatest mountains, walks 1,000 miles, but who's counting? Then one day she sees how far she's come. She knows she's never alone, for in her body she's found home, and the freedom is so sweet. She's got a gypsy soul that was meant to roam, and she follows where it tells her to go. She falls in love with love. She sees the world from above, and this moment is the only time she knows. She leaves a wake of her footprints. She finds stillness in the movement and peace from the pain. For each wound is a teacher. She finds strength in what she thought would beat her, but no scar is left in vain. She sees the truth behind the lies. Fear wears such a great disguise, but it is love that wins the game. So she bets it all for love, doubles her fortune, buys a new pair of gloves, so she can sleep under the stars. She's got a gypsy soul that was meant to roam, and she follows where it tells her to go. She falls in love with love. She sees the world from above, and this moment is the only time she knows. When put in words, it's my human revolution. When put in motion, it won't stop moving. I've got a gypsy soul